So the first thing I'd like to mention as I start this video off, my fellow agents, is the fact that this is not the best or the hardest hitting Pestilence build out there, not even close. I mean, you're going to notice a lot of these pieces aren't even close to being maxed out. Not only that, there are much stronger ways to put this build together, but one thing I've noticed since the start of Year 6 Season 3 is a lot of players out there, you're starting to branch out, try out different builds, and one request I've been getting here at the channel is to put together basically a user-friendly Pestilence build, so that's exactly what you're getting today. Now, as always, we are going to jump right into the breakdown, and if you happen to enjoy this, do me a favor and hit that like button really quick. It truly helps the channel out, and if you want to stay up to speed on all things Division, feel free to hit that subscribe or join button as well. So as we start this thing off, there happen to be two important details I'd like to mention really quick. First of all, even though I have the global modifiers running, I can promise you with nothing active whatsoever, this thing is still a monster. I recommend putting it together no matter what. Secondly, remember this is just a template. There are so many different ways to run with a build like this. The most important thing is to take your time and make a build your own. Now, starting with the specialization, you can see I'm using Gunner, doing that for a bunch of different reasons. First of all, you get some extra armor on kill, you get a reload speed increase, but you also have access to the Banshee Pulse, which definitely comes in handy when you're using this build. You're going to get some extra rate of fire, you get some weapon handling when you're in cover, that comes into play with a talent on their chest, and always remember, regardless of the specialization you choose, have the proper weapons activated in your weapon skill tree, that way you're getting a 15% weapon damage bonus regardless of which one you're using. But in full transparency, I never swap from the Pestilence, and as you can see, that is my primary weapon. Now the reason this is so effective is because of its talent Plague of the Outcasts, where hits are going to apply a debuff dealing 100% weapon damage over 10 seconds. This stacks up to 50 times. Whenever an enemy dies with this debuff, 100% of the stacks are transferred to a nearby enemy within 25 meters. Now I need to point out, this is at expertise level 19, but for the record, even if you happen to be at expertise level 5, or let's say you have not upgraded your weapon at all, I can promise you it can still get the job done, and I do recommend making this a priority, because in my opinion, it is definitely one of the best weapons in the game. Now moving on to the gear itself, I'm running 2 Lengmo, 1 Walker and Harris, 1 Petrov, 1 Overlord, and the Ninja Bike backpack, which you can see on screen right now. Now this has the talent Resourceful, and that is going to slot in with any equipped gear set and or brand set item to fulfill a requirement towards unlocking a gear set's bonus. So as we make our way to the mask, which is one of 2 pieces of Lengmo, even though we're only wearing 2 pieces, because of the Ninja Bike we do get all 3 brand set bonuses, and that third one is a monster. It's 30% LMG damage, which absolutely makes this thing perfect for a build like this. Now moving on to the body armor, it is the 1 piece of Walker and Harris, but once again, because we are wearing the Ninja Bike, we do get 2 brand set bonuses. And for this version of the build, I'm using the talent Overwatch. After staying in cover for 10 seconds, it's going to increase you and your allies' total weapon and skill damage by 12% as long as you remain in cover or in a cover-to-cover move. And one thing you'll notice is on every single piece of gear, I'm trying to stack crit hit chance and crit hit damage everywhere I can. But I'm sure you can also notice that none of my attributes are fully maxed out on a lot of these pieces. And the reason I'm highlighting that is because a lot of us out there, we don't have a lot of time to play. It may take you a while to get exactly what you're looking for. So even if you do not have the perfect build, I can promise you, you can still put something together in the meantime that can definitely get the job done as you're making that perfect build. Now the holster is the 2nd piece of Lengmo. It takes us to the knee pads. They are the 1 piece of Overlord. We're running Fox's Prayer. And because of that Ninja Bike, we do get that 2nd brand set bonus, which is 30% accuracy. But more importantly, we get that middle attribute, which is 8% damage to targets out of cover, which is easily one of the best ones in the game. Next, we have the gloves, which are the 1 piece of Petrov, but again, because we are using the Ninja Bike, we get 2 brand set bonuses, 10% LMG damage plus 15% weapon handling, and these are some of the best gloves in the game because of that middle attribute, 8% damage to armor. And in my opinion, this is the type of build where the Ninja Bike shines because it's giving us all of those brand set bonuses, which equates to 30% LMG damage, 5% damage to armor. We also have 30% accuracy, 15% weapon handling. And when you combine that with the attributes you're going to be gaining on the gloves and the knee pads, it makes this a pretty damn solid build, at least I think so. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Now, as far as my skills are concerned, I'm using a combination of the Assault Drone and the Banshee Pulse. And if I am running with the global modifier active, my active modifier is going to be Overdrive. And my passive modifiers are going to be Microwave Coils, Aggressive Drone, and last but not least, we also have Critical Recovery. Now, for those of you out there who have no idea how to unlock these, I'm going to leave a link to a video I posted a little while back. Hope this video helped you out, my friends, and as always, questions, comments, or feedback, please let me know and I will do my best to get back to you as quick as I can. Now, the other thing I'd like to point out before we get to the gameplay footage is you can see my crit hit chance is 40.9. That is very low. My crit hit damage is 95%. Now, remember, when you go back and look at the actual build breakdown I just showed you, a lot of that gear is not maxed out. Now, remember, all of these numbers are going to be dependent on not only the gear you have equipped, but also having a Shade Watch of level 1000, because that's when you max out the attributes on your watch. With all that being said, I am going to leave you with some gameplay footage. However, I want to take a moment as always and thank you all for your incredible support of this channel. Please let me know of any other questions you have I did not address. Thank you once again for the privilege of your time. And as I mention at the end of every one of these, take care of yourselves, be kind to each other, and we'll talk to you soon. Thanks again, everyone. Alright, my fellow agents, I hope everyone is having a good week so far. One thing I'd like to mention as I leave you with the gameplay footage is that, remember, when it comes to playing with these global modifiers, there's going to be a learning curve. NPCs are moving faster, and when you combine that with a new weapon or gear set or brand set or whatever it may be that you're getting used to, it's going to take a second, so don't let it frustrate you. And one thing I recommend doing is go to a mission control point, something in the game where you know the timing of the NPC, because the bottom line is this: if you cannot get a build to work when you know exactly when the NPC is going to spawn, what doors are going to come out of, things like that, there's no way it's going to work for you in the open world when things get sideways. So really get a feel for it, kick the tires. Hope you enjoy this thing, my friends. Thank you all for your incredible support. Take care of yourselves, be kind to each other, and I will see you in the next one.
Reinforcements en route. Incoming hostiles detected. Friendly combatants detected.